Hey, welcome back to Just Does Stuff. We just got back from Arizona, New Mexico, that whole area. There's no trees. There's none of this. So first thing I do when we get back is I go a little feral, and I figured I'd bring you guys with me. I think it'd be pretty fun. It's been raining. Currently is raining. You know, it's alright. It's about mid-50s or so. You layer up, you're just fine. I figured I'd take you along today and maybe we go look for some mushrooms, see if there's anything else edible in the woods. I know a little bit about that stuff. I don't know everything. I'm not claiming I know everything. Calm down, calm down. Let's go look for some stuff. We got our helper Fish. Fish, what are you doing? Oh, he's hunting things of his own, as a fish does. Well, the first thing I came across here is, this is a false turkey tail. What do you think of that fish? They're not going to kill you. There's no reason to eat them though. How you can tell they're a false turkey tail is under here, they're smooth. A real turkey tail is going to be like fuzzy. It'll have like its little pores under there. And that's what you're really looking for. They come in a lot of great colors, like browns, blues, grays, sometimes purples. They're very cool. These guys have no value whatsoever, medicinally or nutritionally. Real turkey tails, however, like I said, you'll be able to tell from the bottom of them. It'll feel like almost shaggy on the bottom. We'll look and see if we can find some here. Usually you can find them in any of the hardwood forests, but I mean, they are just rock stars. I'm not saying they cure cancer. They do have properties that could help with that though. Again, I'm not a doctor, so don't take everything I say to heart completely. They can help your gut out. They've got anti-inflammatory properties, antioxidants, antiviral. I mean, they are just rock stars and they grow all year. They like deadwood. They like to grow in deadwood pretty well. And you can find them in abundance. What you do with them is you dry them out and you can make them into a tea when you make them into powder. And they're not exactly delicious. They really don't have, I mean, they're not gross or anything. They just don't have an exciting flavor at all. Do a little research on those. I bet you'd really like them. I have a mushroom coffee that I drink that has some of that in that, as well as lion's mane and a few other things. But let's see if we can find some turkey tails, maybe something else. What's in there, buddy? Did you find something good? What'd you find? What's in there? He loves hunting for mice. You're the king of the pile, Fish. Be very careful. Don't slip and bust your butt. Oh, hey, here's a very, very, very old mushroom. And I usually wouldn't be able to tell what it is, except for it is my favorite. That's part of an old chicken of the woods. They are delicious. Yeah, I mean, even the little pores on the bottom have been eaten off, but you can tell there was a bit of an orange tinge on this. These guys are delicious. I mean, obviously you don't want to eat old mushrooms. That's definitely how you get sick, but it's a little late in the season for chicken of the woods, but that sure would be cool if we could find some. I mean, these guys are delicious. They're called chicken of the woods because you can, what do you think, Fish? Don't eat it, okay? They're called chicken of the woods because you can cut them up in strips and pan cook them just like chicken. They are delicious. Maybe there might be some around still. I don't know, it's a little late in the season. But it's a good idea to look in a lot of dead wood, a lot of mushrooms like dead wood, a lot to grow on regular trees too, so we're just meandering. Let's see what else we have on this dreary day. A hedge apple. These guys are pretty cool. I wouldn't really eat them. I know that deer do. Sometimes horses do, but they're really cool. They're great for rolling your ankle on. When we were kids, we used to throw them at each other. Boy, these things hurt whizzing through the air. Listen to that. Yeah, that's a solid guy right there. Where'd it go, fish? Get it, bud. Go ahead. What was that? Alright, here we have some real turkey tails. They are old though. When you flip them over, you see those little bitty dots in there? Those are its pores. When they're fresher, they'll be kind of fuzzy. They're still a little bit fuzzy right here. But that's how you tell the difference. Remember, the false ones are very smooth, have no pores at all. These guys, the real ones, they have these little bitty dots. And they feel kind of fuzzy. So these are real turkey tails, even though they're a little bit older. When they're older, they start losing their color like this. They're just kind of rehydrated since the rain has helped them out, but I'm still gonna look for some real fresh ones for you. Aren't they pretty though? Look at these guys. They're just pretty. Jeez Louise, look at these guys. Look how big they are. These are turkey tails again, but see, if you see on the back, they're completely smooth, so they're false turkey tails. No real helpful properties in them. They're just there to help the wood decompose. But look at these guys. These are gorgeous. I like that. A lot of cool things you can find in the woods if you just slow down and look. And you know, that's, I think, why I like kind of foraging, because it makes you kind of be in your moment. Slow down, look, and see what's around you. And I mean, if you're just whizzing through life, just trucking right through it, you're gonna miss a lot of really cool stuff. And I know, I walk pretty slow everywhere I go. I'm always looking at stuff. Mushrooms, rocks, plants, just how my brain works. But there's a lot to be said about just slowing down a little bit. Enjoy your moment. I mean, it may be chilly and gloomy and rainy, but still a great day. I mean, I got to wake up. That was pretty cool. I get to be out here doing this. That's really cool. And Fish got to wake up and make a mess of himself. That's pretty cool too, don't you think, Fish? Yes. Not sure what he's digging, but he's sure having fun. Get it, buddy. What's in there? You know, he did bring me a whole entire mole one time, so maybe that's what he's after. Broke his little heart that the mole was screaming at him and didn't want to be friends. Look at here. More of these huge false turkey tails. You wouldn't even hardly know it if you're walking by real fast. Look at these big old guys. These are great. This one's growing, has a stick growing right through it. See? Smooth on the bottom, so it's a falsie, but it's still really cool. If you watch Dalton's tractor video, he made me a flower meadow, and I just kind of willy-nilly dispersed a bunch of buckwheat seeds out here. They're doing great. Look at these guys. They're awesome. I put these in so the deer have something to eat. They do love buckwheat, but they're getting ready to go through their rut, which is their breeding season. And my gosh, do they use a lot of energy doing that. Those poor does just get ran all day by the bucks. The bucks run all day trying to catch them. And they need a little food. And I mean, I know we have basically a deer crop in our front yard, but I don't hunt anymore, so maybe I'll shoot them with the camera and you guys can check it out, because I don't know, I'd rather just watch them these days. I don't need to harvest them, though they are delicious. If you get any deer jerky, send me some. Oh, I miss deer jerky so much, but Dalton and JD don't really like venison, so no need in using a life, you know, if you're not going to use the meat. That's the way I've always looked at it. Oh, crikey. We've spotted a square body in its natural habitat. Broken the heck down. Maybe we can go up and boop it. Easy. Easy. So they're obviously not producing right now, but these are blackberries, wild blackberries. And I think in a video, we're gonna go ahead and propagate these guys, because they're over by JD's motorhome that he plays in, and they're just really getting smashed down. So maybe we can propagate some of them and replant them around somewhere else on the property so we can have more berries in the summer. That would be great. Oh, I'm so glad we found these guys. I love them so much. Watch. Boing. Boing. These are woods ears. They actually are really edible. They're pretty good. Look at there. So, woods ears. Sometimes they could be a little bit jelly-like when they're super fresh. I just love these guys. They are just so funny to me for some reason. It's like the trees have ears, you know. They say if like a tree falls down in the woods and nobody hears it, did it happen? These guys did. They heard it. It happened. So to cook these guys, you don't really have to worry about it. There's not really a lot of lookalikes of these. There really aren't. You can find them on a lot of dead branches that have fallen out of the trees. They way up there they can live. They live everywhere on the tree, usually the living trees, but to cook them, they're good in soups. They're just pretty cool. I fried them up once. It wasn't the greatest experience, but it wasn't terrible. And I didn't get sick or anything. They are edible, but with all mushrooms that you think like, oh, I want to try that, do just that. Just try it. You know, have just a little bit to start out with, because some mushrooms that everybody else can eat, sometimes your stomach doesn't really agree with it. So just make sure you do a little bit at a time, so you don't like overdo it and hurt your stomach, because that's just, I'm gonna tell you, it's not fun. But never be afraid just to try, you know. Make sure that you get a positive ID on things. Don't just think, oh, it was in Jess's video, I feel like I should put that in my mouth. No, do your research. Make sure that they're fresh. Make sure that they don't have any lookalikes, because some of these guys have lookalikes. Like the chanterelle mushroom, delicious. It's got a lookalike that's called the jack-o'-lantern mushroom. That'll kill you real quick. Yeah, it'll kill you. You eat very much of that. They actually glow in the dark, the jack-o'-lantern mushrooms do. Make sure. I mean, always do your research. I can't stress that enough, because you can kill yourself eating mushrooms, honestly. But don't let that deter you. I say that in the same breath. Don't let that deter you, because through education, you can accomplish pretty much anything that you want. This isn't really a willy-nilly thing, but you want to make sure that you have your right positive identification. And there's some really good online sources. There's awesome books. Just do your research. Don't mind a DEAD. Just don't do that. Because I love you. I want to keep you around, okay? This may not look like much right now, but under here in the spring, there are morels. Oh my gosh, there are morels. Serious stuff showing somebody your morel spot. But let me tell you, when morels are popping up, that's about 3 weeks out of the whole year that's all I do. They are delicious. They're my favorite thing to hunt. I grew up hunting them with my dad, and it just some of the greatest memories hunting morels with my dad, and it's such a thrill to find. They're delicious. But well, I think that'll just about wrap it up for today. Hope you had a good time hanging out with me in the woods. I had to get some greenery in my life. I love the desert, but I gotta have my trees. Just gotta have it. But thanks for coming along with me. Sorry there wasn't a ton to find, but if you like these videos, let me know, because I'll kind of keep it up the more that pops up. You know, it's kind of a slow season right now, but here in the spring, oh boy, it's on like Donkey Kong. I hope you guys had a good time hanging out with me and Fish. Fish, where are you? Fish? Hanging out with the fish, yes. He's a soaked little mess right now, aren't you? You're a pastiche, Fish. Well, that does it for today. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next time.